Welcome back to the Two Blues podcast and to another live match watch along. Apologies for the tardiness. We are slightly delayed. The match has begun, but it is still 0-0 Chelsea versus Southampton under 21s. As you can see, a little bit of a revamp to the live watch along page. Added the team news in the top left hand corner. So just running through it for you guys, joining very, very quickly. Eddie Beach in goal, Hughes on the right. Murray, Campbell and Wilson at centre-back, Zach Sturge, left-back, McMahon, Amper and Raksaki. McMahon, Raksaki and Dyer in midfield, Amper and McNeely out wide and Mweka starting in the number 9. Was going to be interesting to see who started in the 9, whether it was McNeely or Mayuka, not Mweka. Sorry. This time, this stream, I am not going to say his name wrong every single time. Mayuka, not Mayeka. But a lot of talent in this Chelsea team. We did the live match watch along last week against Nottingham Forest. And it was a real game of two halves, real poor first half. Went 2-0 down. Keanu Dyer came on in the second half and changed the game. And we won 4-2. That was an excellent challenge. Excellent covering by Caden Wilson. Gavin Bazunu, who's obviously part of the Southampton first team, but been shunted out by Aaron Ramsdale. He is playing tonight. Big long throw there was there, and Caden Wilson had a lot to do running back towards his own goal, but managed to get a good physical challenge in. But the interesting thing, or the thing that I think is particularly most interesting for me, definitely at the moment, it does look like McNeely is playing through the middle and Mayuka is playing on the left. But there's no Ishe Samuel-Smith in the team, as you can see. Not even on the bench today. Normally he is a starter, but with Renato Vega supposedly finalising his deal with Juventus, I highly doubt we're going to see him in the Chelsea squad again anytime soon. Could be an opportunity for Ishe Samuel-Smith at the weekend against Man City to be the latest Chelsea development squad star or Chelsea Academy graduate to make that step up to the first team. I do think, and I have said, kind of maintain this season, that I think he is going to be the next one to step up. I think in terms of physicality, he's so much further ahead than a lot of these Chelsea youngsters. We've had a big discussion this week about the Chelsea central midfield, whether there is enough depth, whether we do need to recall somebody. And a lot of people have been saying, promote Raksaki, promote Dyer. Of the two, I'd be quicker to promote Dyer over Raksaki. But I'll be honest, look, I don't think either of them are just there yet in terms of their physicality, in terms of being able to start in the Premier League for Chelsea. A couple of cameo appearances in the Conference League this season, but let's not get it twisted. All due respect to the Conference League competition, its integrity, and the teams in the Conference League. It's not the same standard as the Premier League, definitely not as physical. So I think they do need to work their minutes up before we kind of start talking about them as potential starters, even if it is just as injury cover. Second half of the season, Chelsea more likely to get a few more injuries. And, even in the first half of the season, Romeo Lavia has played a bit part. Enzo Fernandez has had a couple of niggling injuries. So it's one of those, Caicedo gets a long-term injury. We are just looking at Kiernan Dewsbury Hall as the only registered centre midfielder in the squad, given that, Maresca has no intention of playing Casadei or Chukwuemeka, even if they don't find permanent moves away in January. So it will be interesting to see if Ishe Samuel-Smith is part of the squad against Man City tomorrow. But fingers crossed. I haven't seen anything saying that he's injured. So fingers crossed. The reason he has been left out is because he's making that step up. But a lot of talent, like I said, on display in this Chelsea squad. Obviously, Mayuka grabbing headlines, got a fantastic hat-trick. I think it was against Wolves recently. But some brilliant goals in there, very well-taken finishes. And I think Chelsea have a lot of talent, in that 4-2 win against Nottingham Forest. Donnell McNeely grabbing 2 goals. Jimmy J. Morgan grabbing 2 goals. He is not in the starting 11 tonight. I'm not sure if he's on the bench. I'll have to double check, but I don't think, from what I remember, he is on the bench. Ronnie Stutter is on the bench, though. He's been called back. I can't remember where he was on loan. Was it Burton Albion? something like that. That's where he started the season this year, but fairly unfruitful loan move for him, I think. So, hopefully he can get some minutes. But yeah, Amper, another player that I've been really impressed with this season. I think, again, his physicality, where a lot of these young players do struggle, don't really kind of look like they can put themselves about. I don't think Amper would be out of place in League One Championship. Tyreek George, I think, is a prime example. I think he's got all the talent in the world, all the ability, no questioning whether he is able and capable to play in the first team. He's very much part of this first team now. But when he gets on the ball, it's a different player to the Tyreek George we see in the youth team. He is, a lot more, he just looks a different player because, in terms of the stature, in terms of the players he's playing against in the Premier League, they're a lot bigger, a lot more physical, a lot more willing to go and put in a challenge. And, he can't really, the gap in speed isn't that much. The gap in size is even bigger as well. So it's going to be a learning curve for Tyreek George, his first Premier League. I think it was his Premier League debut at the weekend. So, look, fantastic milestones, fantastic achievements for him this season. But personally, I think he's got a long way to go. While I have no doubt that he should and will be part of our first team squad for the rest of the season. He's, again, not involved tonight, as well as Achimpong, who, another player, I think, firmly deserves their call up, all their hard work in the last few seasons, being the standout players in that under 21 side. I think they definitely deserve their call ups, but they've got to make good on it. They've got to grab their opportunities like Alfie Gilchrist did. And Gilchrist now applying his trade at Sheffield United in the Championship. Fantastic loan move for him, for the club, for all parties involved, really. And all we can kind of hope is that every kind of loan move with the youngsters does follow that similar pattern. Because, it's incredibly frustrating when you see, the abundance of talent in the Chelsea youth team. And then you think that how many of these players are going to make it at Chelsea, let alone make it? How many are going to make it at Chelsea? While a lot of them, you think, have the potential, have the talent, have the ceiling, no questions over the ability of a lot of these individuals. When it comes to Chelsea's business model, we know that it's particularly difficult to push through. You've got to do more. As Vinny Jr. said, he's got to do 10 times more than Neto, Sancho, Mudryk. So, Tyreek George is up against it, being an academy graduate, but like I said, no doubts, no qualms on his ability. We are now 19 minutes into the game, still 0-0. A little drinks break as one of the Southampton players has gone down injured. Someone's just said in the chat as well on YouTube, guys, make sure as well it is a live stream. So guys, make sure to like the video, drop us a thumbs up, make sure to get involved in the comments as well. Give me your thoughts. It's Friday evening. Come and have a chinwag if you fancy. And obviously, as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. This game as well, for any Chelsea fans that are tuning in, is live to watch on YouTube. So if you've got nothing to do on a Friday night and you want to watch the Chelsea development squad, head over to their YouTube. You've got to subscribe to the channel if you want to get involved in the chat. But yeah, it's available for free on all Chelsea platforms. But yeah, McNeely come the closest so far. Great diving header from Brazunu from a corner to keep him out. Still 0-0, 20 minutes in. Again, not the most intense start from Chelsea. I think against Forest, we started fairly comfortably, but didn't really push, didn't really look dangerous. And they did hold us back, hit us on the counter twice. Like I said earlier, it was a game of two halves. Second half, we were impeccable. Keanu Dyer came on and changed the complete complexion of the game. And then a red card for Nottingham Forest didn't help them. But yeah, Chelsea still building a ground, still getting a kind of foot into the game tonight. Obviously, a few changes in that first team lineup. But Dyer getting on the ball very, very high in central midfield. Raksaki getting on the ball very, very low. They look to be working that midfield duo, working that midfield pivot nicely. They seem to have a good understanding of each other in terms of their positioning. When one goes, one stays, being able to find each other. I really like that centre midfield. I don't really want to call it a pairing because they don't play kind of in tandem. In it's not a pivot per se, but they both do their individual roles in midfield very, very well. I will reiterate, I think Dyer is slightly ahead of Raksaki, but in terms of, build, Raksaki is a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical, and in terms of what we need in the Chelsea squad right now, we do need cover for the defensive side of things rather than the attacking side, the more creative side. But Keanu Dyer, I think, is able to do that. He's playing as a 10. He's doing that press right now. He's pressing like a madman. 20 minutes in on that Southampton back line. That's a superb ball from the Southampton defender into the Southampton number 9. He's held it up, played it to the 11. Very good holding up by Chelsea defender Kyden Wilson. Southampton still knocking it around the box. Number 10 looking to get a shot off now. Does McMahon quite nicely, but puts it sideways. Well back in by Dyer. Good defensive positioning from Chelsea. Southampton looking to work it in from the left now, pulling out to the number 6 from the edge of the box. He spreads it out wide to the right. Is the fullback going to get it in? He does. Not a bad cross, but Murray Campbell gets it away. Harrison Murray Campbell has been impressive as well. He's another one that I think is close to being called up. Obviously, we saw his first involvement in the first team fairly recently as well. But the only thing with him is that he's obviously in a populated position in centre back. We've obviously just brought back Trevor Chalobah and also recalled Anselminho. Southampton on the attack now. 1-0. I'm not sure who it was that scored. I want to see it again before I comment on Eddie Beach. It's a lovely ball through, and it's an excellent finish. He's hit it first time from quite a way out. So I was maybe thinking that Eddie Beach could have done a little bit better. Maybe his positioning was a little bit too close to one side, but I think it's an excellent position. I'm not sure who it is. It's the Southampton number 8. But yeah, 22 minutes in. And exactly the same pattern as the Nottingham Forest game. Chelsea starting well, no real cause for concern, knocking the ball about comfortably, fairly dominant, but not really doing anything of note. And while Southampton haven't, troubled us, there have been a couple of moments where they've been very, very quick on the counter or in transition, where Chelsea just don't look like we've got ourselves set. And I know, it is a little bit more like pinball with these academy games, these under-21 games, but these Chelsea players, incredibly good quality. And I think in terms of discipline, that's a lovely little, I don't know what it's called, but it's a lovely little skill move from Raksaki there to get away from the central midfielder. But Dyer, unfortunately, gets swamped and loses it. But that was a fantastic move from Southampton. The ball through from the centre-back split the lines very, very well. And the forward, or the number 8, should I say, took it into his stride superbly. He's playing very deep, the number 8. So that was a marauding run forward. That's what we need Enzo Fernandez to be doing. Making those runs from deep, Lampard-esque. But yeah, it's another Chelsea first half that we have not. We haven't seen anything for all of our endeavours so far. Fingers crossed. This is similar to last week, though, in that it's a game that we grow into. Because as I said, so much talent on display. And Mayuka hasn't really got on the ball, hasn't really shown what he can do. Ampa hasn't really got on the ball. 2 players that we do want to kind of set away. But it looks like a lot of it's going through the middle today, which I'm not mad at, with McNeely up top, Dyer in the 10, but they need to do more than what they have done so far anyway. But yeah, someone made an interesting point in the chat. Someone said about Dujuan Richards. When is he back? And I think quality player that we definitely haven't seen enough of. And yeah, hopefully one that doesn't get forgotten about, because you know how many times Chelsea will sign a youngster, someone from abroad, someone that's making waves in another league or another country. They'll come to Chelsea and then you'll never ever hear from them again. David Washington, perfect example. There's a lot of people asking in the comments today where David Washington is. I think he's back in Brazil, to be honest. I think he's playing for the Brazilian under-21 side or whatever it is. I think Chelsea have just said, go and do what you want to do. It's a strange one, the David Washington move, because I genuinely thought he was quite good. I genuinely quite liked him, and Brody Hughes getting a chance, but fluffing it. Yeah, I don't think he was given the minutes, the opportunities that maybe Mark Gue has, but I think Gue has kind of replaced him now. Mayuka dispossessed more, running at the Southampton defender, but doesn't manage to get past the last man. It's a Chelsea throw deep in the Southampton half. I was hoping for him to do a little bit better there, show a little bit more confidence, go up against your man. But alas, Chelsea recycle it at the back with Murray Campbell into Mayuka, who looks like it was fouled, but the referee hasn't said anything. Raksaki with another lovely bit of footwork to maintain the ball, loses it, but then wins it straight back. Up against 3 centre mids there, Raksaki. That kind of been fun. "26 minutes gone. Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. I was going to say, got a blow for that, ref. Dyer was fouled about 6 times there. Space of about 3 seconds. Chelsea just want to get the ball down and get on with it, which is fair. McMahon to Dyer, to Amper, to Hughes, back to McMahon, and then we're going all the way back to the keeper, and Eddie Beach recycles it. Some nice tidy build-up play in the centre of midfield there from Chelsea. Dyer, Raksaki and McMahon all involved. Now Amper has the ball out wide, pulls it back to McNeely. Oh, thought that was going to squirm through, but cleared. That's a foul. But cleared by the Southampton man, and the ref has decided to give advantage to Southampton. Bazzuno kicks it early. Oh, shit. Wilson has just completely missed the header. He gets back, but the Southampton player faces him up, gets a shot on goal. Yeah, fairly straightforward for Eddie Beach, right at him. Good hit, but straight down his throat. Either side, and he's got a real problem there because that was a good hit. But again, we look exposed on the counter-attack. We look exposed when there's just one ball up. Very, very open at the back. And Wilson there, you know, you should know. You should be goal side of your man. Shouldn't be letting him drop, especially when your last man. Shouldn't be letting him drop off you. But Eddie Beach loses the ball again, and Southampton turn it over. And they're coming back at us, and they get a ball in. Oh, and Eddie Beach has to make a save. Ball is recycled to the edge of the box. Another go, but it's blocked by McMahon. Dyer now trying to break away, but gets overrun by the goal scorer, number 8. And Southampton have the ball again. They're moving the ball quite nicely, Southampton. Even when Chelsea are pressing, they don't seem to look too phased. They seem to look like they've got their game plan down to a T. They know what they're doing, and they are quick moving forward. Wilson, you've got to watch him there. It's a very, very good ball from the Southampton player. Little Travella outside of the boot. And Wilson, I thought he'd missed it. I thought the Southampton player had nicked in behind him, but he managed to get a foot to it and just about clear it. Chelsea survive another scare. Still 1-0 though. Half an hour gone. And not a great response to going 1 down. I think Chelsea have probably been worse since they've conceded, actually. Shit, I've just realised I need to edit this short as well. What do we all think about the Garnacho deal then? Anybody in the comments? Anybody want to talk to me about Alejandro Garnacho? Why this could be arguably the most unnecessary signing in football history. It seems bizarre. It's honestly bizarre to me. Harrison Murray Campbell driving forward, but overrun by about 3 Southampton players and dispossessed. And there's another injury for Southampton. Fun. So we're going to have another break, I imagine. Another water break. I don't know if it's the same player. It looks like the same player. Great marauding run. No moderators here. Moderators in an under 21s game live group chat. I don't think so, pal. Whoever you are, you're going to be disappointed. But yeah, while there's a little break, let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about the main team. I think. Am I surprised we've bought nobody in this window? Yes. Not that I think we needed to, but more I expected us to, just the nature of how we've been. I know we've, agreed deals for Mamadou Sarr. And I think there was another young player, project player or something that Fabrizio tweeted about, but no one for immediate arrival. I'm not mad at it because I think we have more than enough depth and talent in the players that we do have on the books, but that includes players that are on loan. And if we are going to start getting rid of players and, blacklisting players like Cesare Casadei, who I think deserves more minutes than he's getting, I think it's one of those where you've got to either recall, and I know he said today in his press conference he had no interest in it, Enzo Maresca, the centre of midfield, but if you get rid of someone like, I think we've got a good balance. We saw after Caicedo going down against Wolves, against Wolves, a scare like that. We're sitting there thinking no centre midfielders on the bench to replace him. You've only got Kiernan Dewsbury Hall on the pitch with Lavia out, Enzo Fernandez out. If Moises Caicedo gets a long-term injury, I mean, at times against Wolves, he looked like he was being run ragged. He looked like he was playing at about 10% of his, full capacity. So it's a tricky one. I don't think Chelsea need a centre midfielder, but I think we would be cutting our nose off to spite our face if we did let Cesare Casadei, Chukwuemeka go and then not back anyone up, not sign anybody. Bear with me 1 second. I've just got to change le camera. Oh, I'll have to do this a few times on the stream, I imagine, because can only record 30 minutes at a time on the camera. So live watch-alongs are a bit of a mission for that exact reason. But it's going all right so far. Let's have a look at the stream quality, because normally when I do these, the stream is somewhat diabolical. Let's have a quick look. Just over half an hour gone. Oh, Hughes with a really bad challenge there. Luckily, the Southampton players got straight up, so it's only going to be a booking. But he got through on the right and overran it big time. That was not good. Stream quality looks all right. But yeah, it's he was lucky there. He was late. He was rash. He was high. Yeah, I think he's very lucky to get away with one there. Personally, Hughes, but yeah, a break. Back with Southampton now as Bazunu looks to pump it long. Davies gets it, puts it over the top. Dyer puts it over McNeely. Is he off? He's offside. It's a shame, but what can you do? Just going to post the link to the Instagram, all the socials, all of that. Oh, bollocks. Chelsea very frustrated here, as the commentator just said. Oh, McNeely bundled over there. Surely that's a foul. Surely that's a foul, ref. He's not give it. Southampton are breaking again. Can he squeeze it in from the left? No, he goes for goal, and fairly easy save for Eddie Beach. Not a bad shot, but yeah, not great. Again, we look exposed down both sides. There's a lot of talent in this Chelsea team, but they just frustrating. Very much like the first team. Bundles of talent, can't get it together as a squad. Penalty shout for Chelsea, and it's just been not even looked at. Yeah, absolutely nuts that. Great turn from the Southampton midfielder. Wilson nearly nicked it off his toe. Just got it around him. Yeah, I'm not sure how that wasn't a penalty, to be honest. Someone's just said in the comments, and they bang on, the boys look tired. They look knackered. Is the ref drunk? Yeah. I mean, I know this is a Chelsea stream and a Chelsea chat, but yeah, that not giving a penalty there seems bizarre. Nice little 1-2 on the right. Dyer and Amper. Dyer gets to the byline, but I tell you what, just reiterates the point I was making earlier. Fantastic player, Dyer. Oh, okay, it's soft. I don't think it's a penalty on Amper. Yeah, Dyer, fantastic player, technical ability great, but he's just got round, done a lovely 1-2, got down the byline. He's not particularly quick, and the defenders just brushed him aside. It hasn't even taken much, hasn't even taken a 50-50. So my main issue with the young Chelsea players still is physicality, is that jump from youth football to men's football. I do feel like every youth player needs at least one season in the Championship or League One or some sort of lower league in English football before they kind of go and play in a top tier. Because I think, the technical application of playing in a top league, particularly in Europe, you can be a very talented player, but if your body isn't ready and your body hasn't experienced the shock of big tackles and 50-50s, shoulder to shoulder, you're never going to be able, you're just going to get absolutely bullied because teams are going to know exactly what your weakness is. Southampton breaking it again down that left side, and another shot pulled or tried to pull across the far corner that Eddie Beach, another fairly comfortable save for him. But too many times we're letting too many shots off the left side. It's not good. But 5 minutes to go till half time. At this point, we'll be lucky to get in at 1-0. It is still 1-0 to Southampton. And Chelsea haven't upped the impetus. We haven't upped the intensity. Haven't really had any clear-cut chances since that Southampton goal. I mean, the only real chance we've had, great little dummy from Mayuka to get away from his man, and he is now steaming down the left side. Just not on the same wavelength as Zach Sturge. Zach Sturge just stopped running, and Mayuka played a little ball for him, but it just rolled out, and it looked in the end like a very, very poor ball because Zach Sturge just stopped running, but different wavelengths. And that, I suppose, is the danger of, I think Sturge played at left wing, and against Forest. But that's the danger of, changing up a left side or right side. Mayuka shifting between the centre and the left. McNeely as well, shifting between the 9 and the left. I really don't like this hybrid attacker that Chelsea are trying to create in every single young player they have. That's a great challenge from McNeely. But the Southampton defender has gone down in a heap. And looks like both players are going to need treatment. Really has gone down after that challenge. Jesus Christ. Need to go and make myself a coffee for half time. So another break in play. Another injury. What are we saying? Oh, who's here? Cheers, Stoger. Appreciate that, man. I don't really do too many of the watch-alongs. This isn't really our forte. This is just to kind of do to get the watch hours up. But yeah. I do this shit because you know what? I'd be sitting here watching Chelsea Academy anyway, so I might as well jump on camera and give you lot my thoughts at the same time. But yeah, it's been a very broken first half, very staccato, very lack of fluency, lack of fluidity. And it does just look like a Chelsea team that gets chopped and changed quite a bit between the under 18s. Obviously, quite a few changes in the back line. Max Merrick being the goalkeeper for the majority of the season and then going out on loan, which means Eddie Beach playing his second game since coming back. That's a soft foul. The ref just given Hughes on Robinson for Southampton. And Southampton come again on the counter. And again, they're looking to break down the left side. Amper gives away a silly foul to give away, but for me, I'm not sure that's a foul. The Southampton player has just kind of left the ball away and ran over Amper's outstretched foot. Interesting. The ref was poor against Nottingham Forest actually as well. Well played to get out of the press there from Southampton. I mean, it must help to have Bazunu because Max Merrick, bit of a cowboy goalkeeper. Whenever I watch the under-21s with Merrick at the helm, he was normally at fault for at least one goal. I loved a trick or a flick that more often than not gets him into trouble. And Eddie Beach, I think, could have done better for the goals, or at least one of the goals against Nottingham Forest. So it must make a big difference as young players, particularly having, someone who has played. I know Bazunu is still young, still under 21, which is why he can play. But, obviously he is still he's a very talented keeper. He's one of the best under 21s, I think, in the Premier League in terms of goalkeepers that play regularly in the first team. There aren't many like him. Ex-Manchester City, of course. And, he made a fantastic save from Donnell McNeely's header. Continues to look like a commanding presence, just gives them that extra little bit of stability, confidence in passing out at the back, not having to worry about, being the last man or messing up. But yeah, Chelsea don't have that same security. A lovely little 1-2 on the left between Zach Sturgeon, Shim, Mayuka. Mayuka returns it now and Sturge gets the ball in, but no one in the middle. Southampton clear it out to Raksaki, who tries to header it down. McNeely has actually managed to get that's a foul from the Southampton player right on the edge. That's a really bad tackle. But McNeely gets it, manages to retain the ball and get it out to Amper on the right. But that was a really bad tackle. And that's a few like that where Chelsea have had the advantage, but he hasn't played advantage. He hasn't said that. He hasn't called the foul at all. And it is, there, I would have much rather had the free kick. It was a free kick in the D in the edge of the area. But as it happened, he managed to get the ball out to Amper, who got a shot away, which was poor. 3 minutes of added time. We are now at 45, but the fourth official has just held the board up. 3 minutes in this second half. It is still Chelsea under 21s 0, Southampton under 21s 1. Fairly lackluster first half right now, but we are hoping still for a similar resurgence to last week, the game against Nottingham Forest, where Chelsea were similarly down at half time by 2, not by 1. We were down by a 2-goal deficit last week. And managed to turn it around in the second half with 4 excellent goals, 2 for McNeely and 2 for Jimmy J. Morgan. So hopefully, even though no Jimmy J. Morgan today, hopefully we can have a similar effect from McNeely and Shim Mayuka, although Mayuka hasn't got on the ball nearly as much as I would have liked to have seen him in this first half. And when he has, he's been very, very isolated or just not on the same wavelength as Zach Sturge. A couple of passes which haven't come off, but he's talented. He's getting they're doubling up on him, which is a big compliment, particularly in under 21 football. You don't really see that very often, but they're very, very quick out to him. Mayuka, very quick out to his touch, and he just looks. I think a couple more touches on the ball, he looks like he might get a bit of confidence. He looks like he might have a run at goal. He does look very direct, and he looks similar to Madueke, good 1v1 dribbler, always wants to beat his man to make something happen. That's really poor from Murray Campbell. He definitely hasn't kept that on. And then a terrible ball over the top. I'm not sure who that was to. He looked like he just tried to scoop it. But there was no Chelsea attacker there. Bazunu just doing dire all ends up, making him come short and then throwing the ball out the other way. But yeah, Southampton. It's a risky pass there into the 8 with McMahon on his back, but they look comfortable playing to him, and he looks extremely comfortable with the ball at his feet. It's a long ball straight to Sturge there, but still not bad. Oh, Murray Campbell sold Zach Sturge very short there, and I've got to say, I think that's a bad challenge for Southampton. Oh, fuck's sake. 2-0. Right. I would like to see that challenge again. I think that's a bad foul. Oh, wow. Murray Campbell really sold Sturge short. I mean, great pick out. Great fit. Look, all credit to Southampton, the way they've scored that, the way they've capitalised on the error, capitalised on the mistake. Very quick, very ruthless, very clinical. But I do not understand how he's got away with that challenge. Zach Sturge got there first, and the Southampton player's gone through the back of him, and I'm 99% sure he hasn't won the ball. There's a tangle of legs. I'm not sure how he's not been pulled up for that. But Chelsea in exactly the same position as last week. Well, not exactly the same position, because we've already got our metronome, Keanu Dyer, the player that changed the game last week. He's already on. But the first half whistle goes, and Donnell McNeely boots the ball away in frustration. For the second half, for the second Friday night in a row, Chelsea trail 2-0 at half-time to a team that we shouldn't be trailing 2-0 to. It is a shame that second goal went in right on the stroke of half-time, because 1-0 is, it's a lot easier to come back from. Look, I know they say that being 2-0 up is the most dangerous lead in football. I would much rather have been 1-0 down than 2-0 down. That is for sure. But yeah, we will see how this goes in the second half. I am going to just pop downstairs, make a coffee. So guys, let me know if you were watching what your thoughts were of that first half. But yeah, I'm going to be going for 5-10 minutes, and then we'll be back to watch the second half of this Chelsea under 21 side. Back very, very soon. Yeah, I'm live streaming the Chelsea game. It's half time now. Second half will start at 8, so finish at 8:45. So yeah, I'm down to do something from 9 o'clock if you want to link up, brother.
since like 013. Pussy, or why did you hide them? Shit, then try getting people to buy your team. Don't everyone watch you champion then, cause that racist shit don't fly with me. Never. You ain't broke, so why you still salted? So mad, but you're rich and famous. Cause I live rent free in your head, and I'm staying right here, right where about bailiffs. I walk out to a guy named what? Pussy, oh, you know what my name is. That's 2021 with a milk. I need to say no on his H's.
Pull him. Pull him. Fucking pull him. Anyone listen to Central C's album? Don't anymore. Listen to this instead. I hope this works. I hope this works on audio.
Influencers, they ain't contenders. Jump in the booth for something to do. So the brick straight back to the ends and a little bit of bush got put in a zoo. Roll around with all of your helpers looking like elves. It's funny and true. You got more money than all of your elders. Lucky for me, I'm younger than you. Yo, unks. We can go bar for bar, brick for brick, punch for punch. All your songs get rolled by Clint. In the booth, one mic, two cunts. Get this off a guy named Oakley. Way too sex, let me like this blunt. Yeah, grab the mic, I dare you to call my scared.
Something went wrong. Tap to retry. Nice. Guess I'll have to pull him again, guys. No. That's not what I wanted.
With all of your helpers looking like elves.
Let's pull him again. Let's pull him one more time. I hope you lot can hear this. This is already the best diss track of 2025.
Influencers, they can
Oh.
the booth for something to do. So the brick straight back to the ends and a little bit of
Bush got put in a zoo.
Roll around with all of your helpers looking like elves. It's funny and true. You got more money than all of your elders. Lucky for me,
I'm younger than you.
Yo, unks.
We can go bar for bar, brick for brick, punch for punch.
All your songs get rolled by Clint. In the booth, one mic, two cunts. Get this
Woo.
Oakley, way too sex, let me like this blunt. Yeah, grab the mic, I dare you to call my scared of a man with his hair in a bun.
I ain't scared of a man with a hair in his bun.
Little boy's just there to be spun, getting hit at the bricks, there's there to be won. Can't wait for your show on the ends. Number one fan, I'll be there till it's done. That ain't your flow.
It's Carol Keys.
Go ride on Reese. Chat about people you didn't take hands
Go ride on Diggity, man.
Punch man's head off his neck, no problem. Till they go find his teeth. Your manager's started wearing a mask, you're mad, ain't trying to be like my bees. Wrote one verse since 022. Them Ghost Riders made you a star. I can't lie though, it's making sense, cause we like your fit pics more than your bars. You built most your career on image, not enough lyrics. Me, I'm just goated. You got 100 man on your payroll, stood at the Brits.
Nobody voted.
Stop folding chorus, speaking my name, asking questions. Still a little better than H. No, stay in your lane.
UK music might just be back.
Me for the past 6 years, I've been opening doors, bringing the Brits up 2 years later. Fuck my life, you should go live yours. We both know that you're H obsessed. I've been running since your entrance. Madeline ain't your ex. No, that's your cousin.
The resemblance. Man said he's shagging his family, bro.
He's shagging his family. If you should go, stop folding.
He said he's shagging his cousin. He said he's shagging his cousin. How'd you come back from that?
Stay in your lane. You just mad because you can't be me. For the past 6 years, I've been opening doors, bringing the Brits up 2 years.
Might be the best diss track since Story of Adidon.
I've been running since your entrance. Madeline ain't your ex. No,
That's your cousin. The resemblance.
That's not looking like one auntie. And now Sentry shagging his family. Them Timberland boots won't save you. If I got Tim's on,
Gonna get stamped here.
Yeah. Yo. Clint was pissed cause Sench got beat by a YMC. Sench is as white as me. Been racist since like 013. Pussy, or why did you hide them feet? How can you post some racist shit then try getting people to buy your tea? Everyone watch who you championing cause that racist shit don't fly with me. Never. You ain't broke, so why you still salty? So mad, but you're rich and famous. Cause I live rent free in your head and I'm staying right here, right where about bailiffs. I walked out to a guy named what? Pussy, oh, you know what my name is.
Pussy, oh, you know what my name is.
Listen, just remember this.
Can't lie, it is long. It is
I made
long.
millions off my
The Central
rap
scene with his
and
fans. Made
you
millions
made
off your
millions
capping.
of capping and imagery.
Listen, man, I'm a big music fan. I'm a big UK music fan. I'm a big fan of authenticity. And they don't get much more authentic in the UK game than H. I'll tell you that for fucking free. Ah, Jesus. Let's get this Chelsea game back on then. We are very, very close to returning. Make sure if you are joining to drop us a like, comment as well, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have to switch the camera on again in a second. Oh, actually, is this slightly better? Wait, hold on. Slightly better. We'll keep, we'll get as many lights going as possible. But yeah, I'm going to go live on the TikTok as well because my short is going to be late tonight. Contacts continue between Blue Co Group and Saint Etienne. Oh, okay. Yep, there's the camera. Oh, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Oh, what's happened here then? What's happened here then? We run out of battery or? No, you ain't run out of battery. Camera's still alive. Don't know what's happened here. Start camera. There we go. We're back ish. Useless stuff. Oh, bloody hell. It's gone again. How many times will I have to... How many times will I have to sort this fucking camera? Right, okay. Apparently we're on FaceTime HD for now. What the bloody hell is going on? Are we overheating? Are we? No, I don't know, Jeff. What's going on? Right, if we then go there. Yeah. Right, we're back. Players are just about to walk out. I wonder what the fuck that was, man. Long, that's what it was. Probably gonna have to do that again as well. Oh, shit. Oh, I knew that's what it was. Right, okay. Hold on. Why the bloody hell is this so hot? Oh. So we're not going to go live on the TikTok just yet anyway, because we are going to go live. We're going to have to go live on my bloody phone. There we go. Slightly different framing, but we're still here. Apologies for that. We are just about to get underway in the second half. It's very frustrating about the camera. Not sure what has happened either. Not sure at all. But fuck those. Too hot. Too bloody hot. Oh. Right, there's the whistle. We are back underway. And the ball has gone straight to Bazunu. He's sliced it out straight away. So whatever they're planning, or whatever they were planning from the start, wasn't working. But they have managed to get the ball back again. And they are attacking at speed. Number 8's just gone past Amper way too easily. 11 on the left, facing up. Hughes faces him up unbelievably and gets a shot in. Power to beat Eddie Beach, but well placed save, well placed shot. Good run as well. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Oh, no. Why has that happened with the camera then? Very, very strange. It's always the technology, man. Chelsea have just had another claim for a penalty. That looked better. That looked like more of a penalty. But again, the ref has not. I mean, it would have been a free kick, I think, but I don't know how that's not a foul. Second time. Southampton's press, Chelsea's press causes Southampton to kick the ball out, but a poor little flick there. And then number 5's just played it against Mayuka. But yeah, Ampa's had 2 big penalty shouts, both turned away. Yeah, interesting. Don't know what this ref's playing at. He's obviously from to South Coast. Good hold-up play by the Southampton striker, but Rakasaki did well to get in front of his man and win the ball back. Poor again from Mayuka back to Sturge. They just look on completely different wavelengths. I mean, there does look like a little bit of an increase in intensity and urgency in the press. Ampa is currently the one running around like a madman. Great challenge from Sturge to win the ball back. That's a foul there. That's a foul. He's been bundled over, like pushed through his back. And Southampton have gone up the other end and nearly scored. Beach has just made a great save. But how that's not a foul... I can't believe I'm sitting here moaning. I mean, Dyer, that's poor from Dyer. He's pulled out the challenge because he thought the ref was going to blow. But the ref's having an absolute Mary. I can't believe I'm whinging about the refereeing decisions on a fucking Chelsea development under-21 game. But this ref is diabolical. No one's marking the 6 on the edge of the box. Nobody is marking the 6 on the edge of the box. He's going to play it to the 6 on the edge of the box. He's not. Header out, and it does come to the 6 on the edge of the box, and he gets that's a free header. Manages to get it back out wide. Can they recycle it? They do. Lovely little 1-2. Good little foot in there, though, from I think it was McNeely. And then Keanu Dyer is the one chasing after it, furthest player forward. He's frustrated with everyone else as well because there's nobody else with him. Mate. Not a real positive start to the second half. It was very much so against Nottingham Forest. I think you could feel the change immediately, but not today. It's a similar pattern. Southampton look very, very good going forward. How the... Okay, all right, it's a Chelsea foul. And that's a booking for the Southampton player. Because he's just stopped the free kick being taken. I was about to go skits there if that was given against us. Ref has not been great, though. Ref has not been great. $50 minutes played, so we're 5 minutes into the second half. 40 to go. Still 2-0 to Southampton. Eddie Beach playing a ball across the box from the free kick. Oh, and we've lost the ball from the second pass, man. We got the ball back and we've lost it again. Oh. So frustrating. They're just not playing. Now Mayuka, go on, put him in, put him in, put him in! He's been pulled back Shim Mayuka, and I mean it should be a foul from the Southampton player, because a yellow card for the Southampton player because he stopped him breaking forward. But could he have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier on a pass there to Amper? Amper was steaming through in the middle, and Shim had 3 players on him, and he just held on to it. But he's good. Good direct running again from Mayuka. I do like him, and he is young. He is 17. Free kick comes in from Chelsea, but it's massively over here. I think he might even have gone for goal there. Poor. And one ball over the top. One ball over the top. One defense again, and they're in 1-1. They're in 1-on-1. And it was a poor challenge, and Eddie Beach made a good save, but Raksaki's just pulled Jay Robinson back. Southampton free kick. This is struggling, man. I think Beach has probably been he's definitely been our most active player. He's definitely showcased the best of his talents ahead of anybody else tonight. He's definitely saved us from a couple. The majority of them have been fairly comfortable, but he's made a good couple of reflex reaction saves as well. Oh. Southampton with a great... In typical fashion, commentators curse. So great free kick, balls come over. Fives controlled it, put it back in, and it's gone through Eddie Beach's legs. And there was a player at the back post, Southampton player, and I'm pretty sure Chelsea players pulled him back and stopped him from scoring. But somehow it stayed out. It's come off the far post. It's still 2-0. But yeah, that could have been game over. That could have been 3 or a pen. And yeah, if that's the case, then I think even with 37 minutes to go, this Chelsea side is down and out. We don't really have the trump cards to play off the bench that we did against Nottingham Forest. Let's have a look at this camera then. Is this ready to go back on? Brody Hughes playing a long ball up to Atto Amper, but nothing comes of it. Hey, we're back on. Right. How long does this camera last before it fucks me off? How long do we reckon? I don't reckon it gives me very long at all. Oh, well, we'll see. There's only one way to find out. Let's get this bloody short done and all. This bloody short. Right. Coffee. Done. Bosh. Come on, Chelsea. Do something. Don't make me waste fucking 2 hours of me Friday night. That's a great ball through from Southampton. The way that they're breaking the lines is unbelievable. Oh, this Chelsea defending is shoddy. Very shoddy. Oh, they are struggling out there, the Chelsea boys. They look leggy. They look... I don't really know. Look like they're struggling. Another long ball up. Attempt to Mayuka, but he just can't get the right side of the defender. It's just not coming off for Chelsea. Southampton look excellent. They look like a proper well-drilled unit. The 1-2s are coming off. The game plan is working to perfection right now. Raksaki, on the edge of his own box. He's lucky there to win a throw, I think. But yeah, it's just in moments of adversity. This is where I'm thinking, can they step up? Players like Raksaki, like Dyer, can they be the ones to lead by example in this youth team, and then by default show that they are ready to step up to the first team? Don't know if we are seeing that tonight. Definitely not. But undoubtedly, very, very talented individuals. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Both very, very good players. Just seems like they've maybe got a bit of work to do before they make that step up to the first team, like George and Achimpong have. Mayuka gives away a silly foul. Just a yard away from the Southampton byline. And now they're wasting time. Little over half an hour to go. And they can just sit back on this 2-goal lead. It's a shame. McNeely frustrated because he's up there pressing on his own. Turnover of possession. Yeah, this ref is taking the piss. Mayuka's just been taken down. It's taken him about 10 seconds to blow the whistle. Andy still hasn't booked any of the Southampton players that are just constantly clearing him out. Oh, right. Do something from this set piece, Chelsea. Half an hour left. If we get a goal, we're back in this, obviously. I mean, we're still technically in it. It's only 2-0, but we've looked really off it today. And I think if we can get a goal, just turn that momentum, get that swing, get a bit of faith and drive and belief, maybe we can pull it back. But it's not looking great. And it's another very poor set piece. From central, he's hasn't got a great angle. Jesus Christ. Bazunu has just put another long ball up, and it was, Southampton striker was going to be in. Eddie Beach, very quick off his line and dealt with that well. But the players aren't getting goal side of their men. They're not tracking the runners. Bazunu's just seeing who the furthest player forward is and pumping it up to him. Amper on the right now. Go on, do something with it. Plays it across. Raksaki fluffs his lines big time. McNeely's managed to win it back, though. Still in the box with Chelsea. Still trying to recycle it. Hughes to Amper. Amper out on the right with 3 players. McMahon puts in a deep cross, and it's way too deep. Nobody there. Can Zach Sturge save it? Yes, he can. Zach Sturge to Raksaki. Back to Hughes. To Murray Campbell, sorry. And we are back to defenders. Back to Davies and now to Murray Campbell. Raksaki, I'll tell you what, he keeps the ball. He's very, very tidy on the ball. I think he keeps the ball very well, and he does keep it ticking. He does keep possession well. Maintains control of the game, but he looks like he's a little bit, for me, too willing to take a chance when he's facing his own goal. He'd rather not give the ball. 9 times out of 10 wants to give the ball simply, but when he receives a hospital ball, he does look like he wants to try and do it himself. And while he's done a couple of lovely moves this game, a couple of lovely little bits of footwork and touches, he's not that sort of player for me. Leave that to Dyer. I need him to be more of a physical presence, breaking up play. Another Southampton injury here. 60 minutes gone, half an hour to go. Still Chelsea 0, Southampton 2. Absolutely no sign of a comeback whatsoever. Very lackluster, very frustrating performance from Chelsea tonight. So many similarities to the performance last week against Nottingham Forest. but we're just none of the second half turnaround that we had. It's been a while since we've drawn a game, but I can't see us getting 2 goals here in this 29 minutes. It's going to be a long old half an hour for these Chelsea boys. Couple changes. You got obviously Russell Denny on the, was it Denny Martin on the bench? Who else is on the bench? Stutter, Sands, Emanalo, Denny. I mean, no one that you're looking out there and going, oh, he's going to turn the game around. I'd like to see Stutter on, but to be honest, I don't think he's going to get much service, much of an opportunity to show us what he's about and what he can do, because McNeely, Amper, Mayuka, they've barely had the ball tonight. Barely had a clear-cut chance between them. And when they have, they just haven't dealt with it well enough, personally, I don't think. But yeah, a lot to be desired from this performance still. 28 minutes to go. We're about to get back underway after that little 2-minute hiatus. Southampton players, a lot of injuries for the Southampton players, but they've no one's gone off. They've all managed to get up and carry on. Chelsea win a free kick in their own half. Southampton player just backing into Murray Campbell, I think it was. And now we look to try and spread it, but we're not passing. I mean, even our passing at the back is not quick enough. Not enough impetus, intensity. Sturge and now Mayuka looking to drive off the left. Can he drop it back to Raksaki? Now what can he do? Tries to play a cute little pass to Dyer. I think that was an excellent challenge from Raksaki winning that back, but he's been booked. Oh, he's booked the Southampton player for complaining. He hasn't booked Raksaki. Fair enough. Fair play, ref. Although it wasn't a foul. Raksaki won the ball. So not fair play, ref. Fuck you. But yeah. Another Southampton player down. We ain't kicking the fucking ball out again. These lot are taking the fucking piss. They aren't hurt. They don't need help. They are time wasting. It's like fucking watching Arsenal, mate. Jesus Christ. Every 2 minutes, I've got a player going down with cramp. Bizarre. Confirmation there that it was the Southampton player that got booked, not Raksaki. God, this has been a tough watch so far for this 64 minutes. Hasn't been helped by these stoppages. They are doing my nutting. Might as well get started on this short. Apologies. What the fuck is going on? 10 days left in a trap. Nothing's working. Nothing ever. Everything always breaks at the same time. My camera, my lights, my phone, my fucking Wi-Fi. 10 days left in a. Although the day I get my own studio is going to be a day of beauty, a thing of beauty. 10 days left in a transfer. Well, I can not have to fucking switch these cameras on every half hour. This way, I don't think Chelsea are going to sign any. 10 days left of the transfer window, and at this rate, I don't think Chelsea are going to bring anyone in. Going for someone like They are making a sub now, Southampton, even though this player is taking his sweet time walking off. 10 days left. We haven't seen a minute of football played in the last 7. 10 days left of the transfer window, and at this rate, I don't think Chelsea... It's going to be a lot more added time. Chelsea are going to bring anyone in. Bring anyone in. Going for some... Why aren't we starting? There we go. Kick the ball. Fucking hell. 7 minutes. 67 minutes. 7 minutes there. And not an entire 60 seconds of football played. Oh, Chelsea lost it again. 2-3 passes we can string together, and then it just falls apart so quickly. And somehow, off another long ball, Wilson did very well there, but Beach looked like he was going to come for it. Jesus Christ, we can't keep the ball. We can't deal with a simple long pass. Great touch there from Dyer to reverse that. What a ball. What a ball from Keanu Dyer that was. Atto Amper out on the right, drives, cuts in, go on. Great cross. Great ball. Oh! McNeely's at the crossbar. I was just going to say he needed to hit that first time because it was a great ball across from Amper. He cut across and he fired it in, so it was going to be incredibly hard for McNeely to hit first time, but he just didn't have the time to take a touch, so I thought. But he did. He took a touch, and then right, that's a foul as well. The Southampton players just pushed Wilson in the back. It's the same thing as this happened all game. It's one long ball up, and he's run through, and he's 1-on-1. But he has just straight shoved Wilson in the back while he's in the air there. Sturge covering did well. But that was so sharp from Donnell McNeely. So unlucky. Looks like Chelsea are making a couple of subs. McMahon. Ronnie Stutter on. Come on, Ronnie. Samuel Raksaki off. And Harrison McMahon off. Who's the other player coming on? Landon Emanalo. Signed his first pro deal this week. Oh, fantastic. Is that Michael Emanalo's son or grandson? Landon Emanalo. Superb. He is the son of Michael Emanalo. That is superb. 70 minutes gone. Chelsea have just made 2 subs. Fingers crossed Ronnie Stutter can have a positive influence on this lackluster Chelsea performance so far. That's not a great start for Emanalo as he just bypasses the ball, or the ball bypasses him. Murray Campbell gives away a poor foul there. Unnecessary, and he's going to be booked. Just got the wrong side of the striker there. Goal side, man. Always goal side. Anyone in? Going for someone like Garnacho when there are players like Mateus Cunha potentially available for the same amount of money or less is nuts to me. There are 10 days left. Own at Crystal Palace. $70 minutes gone, 20 minutes remaining. Just about enough time for Chelsea to do something if we are going to do something. But I've got to be honest, I do not think we are even going to get near to having a sniff at a goal. Southampton have got a free kick in a fairly dangerous position if they can put a good ball in. They do put a good ball in, and it's not a bad flick, but they do recycle it. Oh, he's offside. All right, fair enough. Chelsea free kick, fairly deep in their own half, and we get the ball. We've passed it back as well, ref. What are you doing, you absolute melon, mate? This ref is a weapon. Grade A spanner, grade A tool. fuck me. And it's another Chelsea long ball that just hasn't worked out. Ball's gone out though. Here's our throw.
To me. There is just over a week left of the January transfer window, and Chelsea are yet to bring in a single new player. The only player that we have bought in this window was recalling Trevor Chalobah from his loan at Crystal Palace. And despite numerous links, Garnacho this week got... And despite numerous links, Garnacho this week, Mark Gehi the week before, Chelsea have not bought in a single new player. And Enzo Maresca has doubled down.
What do we think about Chelsea's transfer window then? Underwhelming, given that we haven't signed a single player. But yeah, does anybody... Oh, shit. Southampton had just hit the bar twice. Should have been over. I think that's a penalty. Chelsea had just about managed to get the ball away. Dyer, I tell you what, that's superb from Dyer. Great turn from Amper as well. Go on, if we can turn this game around. What a ball, Amper. Go on, Mayuka. Just about manages to get it. Ah, he's been crowded out. So poor at the back. Robinson really unlucky. It's a great attempted finish and he's just pinged off the top of the post and then somebody's tried to go for the rebound and hit the bar. Poor defending. Chelsea just stumbling over the ball and the number two just falling over. I think that was Hughes. Mayuka's got a bit of a problem as well because he's been kind of bundled over and then Bazzuno slammed him into the advertising boards. He is hobbling back onto the pitch, doesn't need treatment. But yeah. He hasn't shown us, he really lit up the Chelsea fan base with that hat-trick the other week. And it's always not disappointing because, at the end of the day, he's still very, very young. I'm not expecting him to do that every week. But, you do kind of hope when a player has that breakout moment that they do kind of kick on. Not to say that, he found his level and that's the level he should be playing at every week. But, when you know that these players are capable of doing the things they're doing, it gives them less of an excuse to not do it, I suppose. Booking for McNeely as a poor foul tracking back. Southampton are taking absolute libbies here as well. They've just thrown the ball about 15 yards forward from when the free kick is. And the ref just doing absolutely nothing about it. Absolute twat.
And Enzo Maresca has doubled.
Another Southampton free kick, and they do put it in the box again, and it's poor defending again. They've got a man over at the back. They recycle it out to number 8. What's number 8's name? Something Chukwu. He's the one that scored the first goal. It was an excellent first goal, and he's been brilliant since. Dyer with another superb little turn. Amper's been sent away. It's kind of roles reversed in the second half. We've been playing on the counter on the transition, as you would imagine from a team that's 2-0 down, but Amper has just been doubled up on and pushed off the ball. And he's our strongest player. That was depressing. That was. The defender faced him up, stood on the ball, and Amper just fell backwards. I think Bazzuno has been undoubtedly the deciding factor, the different factor, I think, between these two teams. I think he's just given them so much stability in goal and his long balls, setting them off on a counter-attack every single time. They've looked dangerous. That's what they've kind of relied on. But also, his short-time distribution. And it's not a shame that we've gone for other keepers because, I don't think he's, massively above Slanina or Penders from what I've seen, but I've seen a lot more of Bazzuno, from obviously his time at both City and Southampton. And he does look like a very, very composed goalkeeper. You know, out of the young goalkeepers, the kind of teenage goalkeepers that are playing at the top level, I think he's probably up there with the best.
And Enzo Maresca has doubled down today on not bringing. And Enzo Maresca. And Enzo.
Oh, camera's gone again. Is it going to work for the last 14 minutes? That's the question. No. Bear with me. We are going to have to go back to phone. Caden Wilson's got to be careful. Fuck me. I mean, they have had chances. They've had plenty of chances to finish the game off. Southampton still 2-0 somehow. Still 2-0. Not quite sure how. But just about still 2-0. And still 13 minutes to go. Look, if Chelsea get a goal, it's anybody's game. And it has become a lot more open in the last 10 to 15 minutes as Amper now has the ball out on the right again. Oh, he's hit the post. And the ball just came back to Emanalo too quickly, but Amper did great there. And he hit the post, but the ball in is so poor on the return. Oh, really poor ball back in from Amper, which is a shame because he did really well there to face up the defender. Went on his right side as well, which is his weak side. Tried to go for power on the near post, just clipped the top of the post and came back. And then it just came too quickly at Landon Emanalo to do anything with it. And then, yeah, by the time it was recycled, again, story of Chelsea's half, poor delivery into the ball. Story of Chelsea's game, sorry, poor delivery into the box and nobody on the end of it. But yeah, the ball now back with Eddie Beach. 78 minutes gone, 12 minutes remaining. Can Chelsea find a goal? Can Chelsea find something in this last 12 minutes? McNeely carrying the ball with purpose. That is a booking for something Chukwu, whatever his name is, because he was through and clear there. Great run from McNeely. Strong, purposeful. Big shame that we haven't seen more of him. McNeely, a little bit of pushing and shoving in there. That's what we like to see. It's a shame that, you know, they couldn't have got into the Southampton players' faces at 0-0, 70 minutes ago. And that we waited. Romeo Akachukwu. So close to Ugo Chukwu, but Akachukwu. He's been excellent today, I think. Actually, you know what? He's been Southampton's best player, not just Bazunu. Amper. See, I'd said Amper was on his weak foot when he hit it with his right, but he's just put another ball in with his right foot. Maybe he is right-footed. Maybe he just loves to cut in and use his weak foot. Maybe he's just very ambibipedal is the word, isn't it? It's not ambidextrous, ambibipedal. Great word. I remember Santi Cazorla introduced me to that word. He's the first player I think I remember seeing that was genuinely as good with his left as he was with his right, which to me back then was ambidextrous, but as I later learned, correct word, ambibipedal. It's a great challenge from Emanalo and Sturge. Well done. He gets rid of the ball quickly, Emanalo, and it's good, but maybe a little bit too quickly. Dyer's just tried to scoop it forward for Stutter, and it's a little bit under hit, but the Southampton defender has decided to take no risks and put it out for a corner. So 10 minutes to go, 80 minutes gone. Chelsea have a corner. Could we do something? Could we do something? Let's see if we can get the camera going. Let's have a look. God, Davies trying a little pirouette in the middle of the park. Bloody hell, he does like to take some risks. Stutter keeps it in, but Southampton get the ball out again. And Agachukwu is fantastic. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong, but he is fantastic. He's just tried to sprint down the other end. Still got legs, mate. He's been running the midfield and he's still got legs. But well defended by Emanolo, well tracked back. Dyer in the middle of the park, looking to make some space for himself. His passing in the second half has been superb. Mayuka with a lovely little dummy. 2 lovely little dummies. And he's gone right over the leg of the Southampton defender who has been booked. Mayuka is down. They are saying, get up, get up. But he might be injured. But he's a lovely little shimmy from Shim. And then another lovely little shimmy to take it past him and drive inside. He looks so direct when he's running, Shim. And he does look like he has good control of the ball as well. Not just kind of hit and hope. But yeah, it's just his being on the same wavelength as the rest of his team, as other teammates, and how he links up with other players is the main thing that I think has been lacking or missing from today. But positives in this performance from Shim Mayuka. Not his best 11, but obviously, and we got to remember, he's playing at 3-4 years above his age. How old is he, Shim Mayuka? 17 years old, and he's playing for the under-21s tonight. So fair enough. It is a big step up for him, and I think, he's a while away from breaking it. Well, I say a while away. I think it'll probably be next year when he starts to step into the Chelsea team. And obviously, he's already been called up to the first team. That's really, really poor. Yeah, just not our night tonight. Atto Ampa, it's about as perfect of a free kick position as you could ask for. Maybe a little bit close to the goal, but it's nowhere near. He's not getting it up nor down. Very poor showing from Chelsea in this second half. Nowhere near the fight that we showed last week against Nottingham Forest. And that will be the last involvement for Ampa. He's been taken off now. As well as, I think, Hughes on this right side. Russell Denny coming on for Ampa. And Genesis Antwi coming in for Brody Hughes at the back. I like Brody Hughes, really, really like Brody Hughes. I think today is probably the worst I've seen of him, which is a testament to him, because I think he's a great player. And yeah, whenever I've watched him before, I've been very impressed. Marauding right back, bombarding, loves to get forward, loves to put a ball in the box. He's got quite a few assists. I'm pretty sure every time I've watched him, he's had a goal contribution. So disappointing not to see a little bit more of him kind of overlapping Ampa and getting up with him, providing him support, getting balls into the box. But, then again, like I said, as we've created, whatever we've created today, and there has been very little end product and very little creativity and good quality balls in the box. But that being said, even when there have been balls in the box, there's not very much to aim at, not very much to hit. That's a fantastic reverse ball there. And Ronnie Stutter is onside, but he manages to take it out wide, tries to get the cross in, but the Southampton defender blocks it, and they are carrying the ball out. 85 minutes to go, so 5 minutes to go. Fantastic challenge that was from Zach Sturge. Very, very good challenge, because they were in there, and that could have been, well, if it's not already, game over. But yeah, 85 minutes gone, 5 minutes remaining, plus stoppage time, which I think will be, I don't know how it works in academy football, if maybe they do bring it down a little bit, but if it's anything like the Premier League, there will be at least 5 minutes added time, because Southampton players, well, we didn't play 60 seconds of football from 60 to 67 minutes, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's 7-8 minutes of added time, but I don't know if anybody wants that on a Friday night when we're 2-0 down at home. I'd rather he just blew the whistle at 90 minutes, to be honest. But not my decision to make, is it? Not my decision at all. Cross gets a flick on. Denny can't get it into the back into the box. Southampton break again. no impetus. He just runs straight between Dyer and Raksaki. Zach Sturge has made 2 brilliant challenges in the last 2 minutes, which is probably more than he's done for the other 84. Can Emanalo get the ball in the box now? Great little pass. I'll tell you what, he looks tidy, Emanalo. Very, very tidy. Gets the ball out of his feet quickly. 1-2 touch. Good awareness. Good skill. He's done a nice little flick there over the midfielder's back. Over his head, sorry. It's a Chelsea corner. Well done, Russell Denny. Go on. I think that's Shim Mayuka coming over to take it. No, it's not. Wrong number. Number 16. Russell Denny, maybe? Atwee? I don't know. That corner was diabolical. There's not clearing the first man, and there is not clearing the first man, and he has just played it into the first man's feet. Antwi with the ball back in. Flicked on by Murray Campbell. Stutter collects it at the back post. Zach Sturge with the ball in. It's deflected in another corner. Come on, Chelsea. Can we do it? 87 minutes, still 2-0. Can we pull off the comeback of all comebacks? Even though last week was the comeback of all comebacks. 2-0 down at half-time. 4-2 final score against Nottingham Forest. 2-0 down at half-time today. Oh, great punch from Bazunu, that. Stutter puts another ball in. Good header away from the Southampton defender. Not a bad ball. Much better than the whoever took it from the other side. Dyer, it's a great little chip ball. Russell Denny out to Stutter again. Stutter, lovely ball. Little slip ball through to Mayuka. Mayuka tries to face up his man. Well played by the Southampton defender. Ball out. Chelsea throw in. 2 minutes to go. 88 minutes. We're nearly there. Although I say that, yeah, could well be 7 minutes of added time. I hope there's not, because there is no need for it. Oh! It's a bad challenge, ref. There have been a few bad Southampton challenges flying. Sorry, when I say bad Southampton challenges, we don't get the luxury of slow motion replays and all that for these games. So let's just call them big challenges, tough challenges. That corner is much worse from Ronnie Stutter, and again, doesn't beat the first man. This time, at least, it was the first man's head rather than the first man's feet, but still not fantastic. Oh, that's a lovely ball over. Oh, fuck off. These Southampton lot are genuinely miserable little time wasters, bruv. At 20 years old, if I'm playing football on a Friday night and I'm time wasting, oh, get a fucking life, you losers, bruv. Emanalo's come in and probably won the ball. They're booking it. Or the ref just booked him from peer pressure. The ref has just booked him from the reaction of the Southampton defenders. This ref has had a very, very shoddy game. No control, no consistency in the decisions. Very, very poor game from the referee. But Chelsea have been very tardy. We can't blame the ref for this loss. This is all on ourselves. Now, 15 seconds away from that 90th minute. Like I said, there will probably be a fair amount of added time, but I'm not sure. Cool. They've just said on commentary, if we fail to score today, it'll be the first time in nearly 2 years that Chelsea under-21s have not scored. We score. We score goals. We do not draw blanks. And somehow, we can't score against Southampton. 90 minutes is now up. We are waiting to see the board. 6 minutes added time. Yeah. Just not long enough to really make anything happen. Agachukwu is just a lovely little 1-2 again. Managed to go through the Chelsea defender. Landon Emanalo. Superb. And the Agachukwu has just done exactly what Emanalo did down the other end and got booked. And Agachukwu has just done it and got away with it. And he's already on a booking. But Landon Emanalo, for some reason, got booked. Dyer's feet are exceptional. He's lost it there. Ran into trouble. He ran away from trouble, then ran back into trouble. But he's got such good feet and awareness. McNeely is cutting a very frustrated figure out there. He's worked very hard, had very little service, very few opportunities today. Yeah. Not his day, not Chelsea's day overall, though. I think fairly poor, fairly lackluster front to back. Summed up there by Donnell McNeely failing to bring that ball under control. Bazunu with a long ball that really should have collected, but flat, tepid. Trey Miserable. Oh, camera's gone again. Shock. Camera's gone with 4 minutes to go, which means we ain't getting that camera back. I have to start bringing 2 cameras. I have to start filming on 2 different angles. Oh, I have to turn that off. Poor. Can't find stutter. Oh! I mean, it would have been too little too late, but Russell Denny with a superb little run and shot. Very, very close to finding the bottom corner, but picked it up just about in the Southampton half, drove past 3 players, unleashed a shot from about 20, 25 yards, and just drawing away from the goal, which was not what we needed. We needed it to bend the other way, but yeah, would have been too little too late. I think 93 and a half minutes gone out of the 96. So yeah, Chelsea are, I think, officially down and out. If we can find a goal, it'd be nice, because drawing a blank for the first time in 2 years doesn't sound fantastic. But you can't win them all, can you? Southampton just wasting time, which is pretty fair at this point in the game. 94 minutes gone. It is game, set, and match. Emanalo's done great. Good tracking back there. Did well to nick the ball off the attacker. Dyer again. Superb ball carrying. Oh! I think Keanu Dyer can hold his head up high. Poor cross there from Russell Denny. Every ball. I mean, we've got 3 players at the back post. That's the first time we've overloaded the Southampton box in the 95th minute. But the delivery again, just poor. But yeah, I think Keanu Dyer, particularly in this second half, can hold his head up high. I think he's been very, very good. I think on the ball, he is exceptional. His feet, his technical ability. Amper's being pulled all over the... Actually, he's not on the pitch, Amper. He's being pulled all over the shop here. How that's not a free kick, I do not know. Ref's just not interested, though. Murray Campbell's playing up top. Great play from Southampton to beat the press again. And Agachukwu brings it out. Good ball out left. Can they kill it off? Cuts inside Emanalo. Blocked. They get the ball back on the edge of the box, Southampton. This will be the last action of the game. Smashed wide by the Southampton number 10. And we are 20 seconds out now from the final whistle. So even if Chelsea do manage to get it up the Southampton side of the pitch. Too little too late to get that second, but it's a great ball up to Murray Campbell, who's just standing up on his own, who's fantastic touch, brought it down. He's got it into McNeely, who's in the box now, who does his defender all ends up. and wins a corner, but it is now officially 96 minutes. I'd just blow if I was him, because what's the point? But yeah, don't want to bang on, but frustrating from this Chelsea side. And that sums it up. Corner goes into the side netting and the referee blows. Full time, Southampton under 21s 2, Chelsea under 21s 0. Yeah, not too much to say that I haven't already said. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We will be doing a video. I'll be doing a preview tomorrow, fairly early, hopefully, of the Chelsea-Manchester City game. And then obviously 5:30 kickoff, we will be doing a live match reaction after the game. Yeah, follow Two Blues podcast on the Instagram, on the TikTok. I'll be dropping a short there tonight and potentially tomorrow as well. But yeah, man, here, the YouTube is where all of the content goes down. Live match watch-alongs, previews, reactions. After every first team Chelsea game, I do a live match reaction. I will hopefully be dropping another episode of Chopping It Up with Charms, where we talk about, or he talks about, his ideal Chelsea side and what this transfer window could hold for us in the final week. But yeah, that's it from me and for this stream. Let me know if you like the new graphics and that. I think that did help a little bit, or adds a little bit to the streams. Shame that it was such a lackluster performance, but yeah, we're on to the next one. Let's have it up the Chelsea.